Namaste. Hi there. It's me, Stacey Lei, and of course, Miss Foxy Brown. Welcome to yoga and thank you for joining me. In our session today, I'll be sharing with you why I love my yoga block. Using a yoga block can assist us in some of our yoga postures, help us feel more comfortable or help us to access the posture a little bit better. But sometimes when we're strategic, we can use the yoga block to help teach our bodies a little bit more about engagement, that is engaging the proper muscle groups, and alignment. Now the tricky part is that we're all different shapes and sizes. I'm pretty narrow and pretty small. So sometimes when I hold the block like this, you might feel more comfortable keeping the block wider like this, or even like this if you have very broad shoulders. So this session will be a little bit creative, a little bit contemplative, and I encourage you to explore using your block so that you could really explore using your body and the various yoga postures that we'll be practicing today. I hope you're as excited as I am. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, you can use a thick book, but please be sure that it's not too heavy. We really want the shape more than the weight. And then of course you can practice on a yoga mat or any safe, clean environment. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to hold my block lengthwise and place my hands onto the block as if they're in prayer position. Please bring your feet together and your knees together and bring the block into your chest. Inhale, lift your elbows high while simultaneously depressing your shoulders. Elbows come back down. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhale. Now I'll turn the block sideways and you can always follow along with the same position I'm using and then just explore when you get there. Reach your arms over your head for mountain pose. Press your thumbs back behind you and do your very best to straighten through your elbows. Now you can press the block just slightly over your head and you'll feel the back of your shoulders working. Slide your block back down. Take it up again. Inhale. Press your thumbs back. Exhale, take the block down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale. Press your thumbs back. As you're doing this, simultaneously draw your tailbone down so your spine is long. Now take your block back down. Separate your feet just a little bit, about hip distance apart. And reach your arms up overhead again. Now start making circles to the right, forward, side, back, behind your head, side. Continually press into the block with your hands and you'll feel that your arms engage just a little bit more than they normally do without a block. Hold the block in the center, slide it back down, and turn it so that it's wide. Place your hands on the block once again. Reach your arms up overhead. And now palm tree over to the right and over to your left. Lift up and over. You might notice that simply by having the block in your hand, it encourages you to straighten your elbows a little bit more. You might feel more activation in your wrists and your fingers than normal. Come back into the center. Press your block back behind you and bend your elbows a little bit. Continue to press into your block. Lift up and back down to your heart. Lift up again. Elbows back. Lift up and down to your heart. One more time. Lift up. press through your thumbs, bend your elbows just a bit, lift up and back down. Now turn the block so that it's tall once again. Reach your arms overhead. And now we'll make circles in the opposite direction. This time, press a little bit more intensely into the block. Allow your arms to come along with you, your shoulders, and even your rib cage. Return to center. Turn your block, palm tree to the left and to the right. Now, if you feel as though this block is a little bit too narrow for your wide shoulders, you could take the block wide like this. Return into the center, please, and bring your block down to your chest. Notice how your shoulders feel. Inhale and exhale. Now, if the block is not sideways the way mine is now, please move it to this position. Lift your left elbow up and draw the block around your head. Then your right elbow comes up. So now we're mobilizing through your shoulders, up, around your head. Try to keep your head upright. And if you find that the block is kind of banging into your head, well, then you could tuck your chin a little bit or turn your head to the right or to the left. Let's reverse your circles. Mobilizing through your shoulders. One more time. Now hold the block out in front of you. Your thumb should point up towards the ceiling. Now keep your arms very straight and press into the block, and then retract your shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades back. Push forward, and then retract your shoulder blades. If you're watching me, you'll notice that the rest of my body is not moving. I'm just shifting through my shoulder blades. This is a great exercise to help you boost your posture, enhance your posture, and mobilize through your shoulders. Let's do this 2 more times. Last one. Now relax the block down to your thighs. And let's start our full body movements. Shift your weight back behind you and we'll sit into chair pose. You can continue to press into your block or reach your arms out in front of you to shoulder height, and then draw your shoulder blades back behind you as we just practiced. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit lower into your chair pose. And now straighten your legs. Reach your arms up over your head, pointing your thumbs back behind you. And then sweep your arms back down to your thighs. This is called the elevated mountain. This time, as you lift up, lift your heels up off the mat and do your very best to balance. Then come back down. Let's do this 2 more times. Take your time elevating, balancing, and make sure as you lift up, you also exhale. This added resistance, this added focal point sometimes causes us to hold our breath because we're focused elsewhere. Now, draw your feet together, pick your block up, and you could keep it either narrow or a little bit wider. Lift your elbows up and depress your shoulders just like we did before, and sit down to chair pose. Keep your knees pointed towards me and twist your shoulders to the right. Inhale deeply and exhale a lot. Return back into the center, please, and stand up. Ground down through your left toes and fold your right leg. Turn your toes out to the side. Tree pose. You can keep your toes on the ground or slide your foot up. You could keep your foot at your lower leg or maybe even pull your foot up to your upper leg. With your hands pressed into the block, it will minimize some of your counterbalancing skills, so balance might feel a little more challenging this way. Slide your foot back down and ground down through your right foot. Lift your left heel up and slide your foot up your leg just a little bit. Now feel free to place your toes down on the ground if you need to. And this time we'll twist gently to our left. Inhale deeply. Exhale into twisted pelican. Return back into the center, please. Lower your heel down. Now relax your block. Take it back behind you and you'll hold it in the wide position. Pardon me for turning my back to you. Fingers down, thumbs in, and press into the block as you draw your shoulders back. Feel your chest opening, feel your shoulders stretching. And as you're holding this position, draw your tailbone down as well so that you're standing tall and just drawing your shoulder blades back. Inhale and exhale. Feel your chest expand. And now soften the tension in your upper body. Step your feet apart wide. Turn your toes out. Now you could keep the block in its lowest position or a little bit higher or even higher still. Bend your knees, place one hand on your thigh, hinge forward at your hips, and bring the block to your preferred position so that you can rest your hands on the block, bend your knees, and straighten your legs. Bend and straighten. Bring your legs to their straightest position. Lengthen through your spine and slide your right hand up to your rib cage and twist your body to the right. Inhale deeply. Exhale, turn your head up and gaze towards the ceiling while you simultaneously press down on the block with your left hand. Notice how much leverage it gives you here. Inhale. Exhale. Slide your hand back down to the block, please. Bend your knees. Place one hand on your thigh. Reverse hinge as you come all the way up. Let's practice this sequence on the other side. Step your feet in so that your knees are touching. Hold the block sideways. Fingers pointed up. Reach your block out in front of you. Fingers towards me, thumb up. And sit down chair pose. Now you could stay here or this time reach your block over your head. Do your best to maintain a neutral spine with your abdominals engaged, reaching long from the crown of your head down through your tailbone. Lower your block down to your thighs, stand up tall, and now reach your block over your head as you lift your heels up, elevated mountain. Take your time. Continue to press into the block with a moderate intensity, and you'll feel your arms and your shoulders doing a lot of work. We could essentially call this class upper body conditioning because your arms and your shoulders are getting so much attention today. Lower yourself all the way down. Ground down through your right foot. Fold your left foot. Turn your toes out to the side and take the block in front of you. elbows high. Now you could hold here or slide your foot up to your lower leg, or slide your foot all the way up to your thigh. The choice is yours. Continue to press into the block. Ground down through your foot, stand very tall. A deep breath in, a long exhale in tree pose. Slide your foot back down to the floor, ground down through your left toes, and fold your right foot. You could keep your toes on the floor or slide your foot up your leg. Slowly take your time. The twisted pelican, twisting to the right side of the room. Press into the block. That will help give you a little more stability. Without having your hands to grab onto a chair though, you might feel yourself wobbling a little bit. That's okay. We all wobble sometimes. Let's return back to the center, bring your foot down, step your feet apart wide. And now bring the block to your lower back. You'll be holding it wide just like this. Fingertips pointed down, your thumbs point in towards your butt. And this time, lift the block just a bit. Press into the block with your arms. Draw your tailbone down and engage your abdominals. Feel your chest expanding. Inhale and exhale. Relax the block down towards your seat. Take your feet apart wide. Hold on with one hand. The other hand comes to your thigh and you'll hinge forward. You could use the block at any height. The highest block will make it easiest for you. Place your hands onto the block, bend your knees, and straighten your legs. This is one of those postures where we're using the block as assistance to help us access a deeper stretch. This time, bring your legs to their straightest point. Lengthen through your spine. Slide your left hand up to your rib cage and then twist to your left. Continue to press down with your right hand. Inhale deeply and exhale. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Find a little sparkle behind your eyes. And then twist back down towards your block. Bend your knees. One hand comes to your thigh. Come all the way up. Pivot your right toes towards the right side of the room. And your left toes towards me. So 2 feet in 2 different directions. And then bend your front leg. Take the block in its widest position with your elbows up. Twist towards me and towards the front leg. Towards me and towards your front leg. So pressing into the block will assist your twist. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Last time. Turn towards me and hold. Now take the block and place it onto your thigh. Rest your forearm onto the block and extend your arm over your head. Reach from your fingertip right down to the pinky edge of your foot. Resting gently on your thigh. Flip your palm up towards the ceiling, please, and make a few big circles. Move your arm as if you're moving it through honey. This is your last one. Now take your block, place your right hand on your thigh, and place the block right in front of your ankle. Right hand comes onto your thigh and straighten your front leg out. Bring your left hand to your rib cage and then extend all the way up. Do your best to straighten both legs. This is the triangle pose. Turn your thumbs so that your thumbs pointed back behind you. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. fold your top arm down as you bend your front leg. Place your right hand on your right thigh and open up to the warrior two. Now fold your arms and reach your arm out long. Press the block away from you. Take the block in and open. This little bit of distraction just makes the warrior two a little bit more interesting as we spend a bit more time in our nice low lunge. Having the block here kind of distracts us from all the work that our lower body is doing. Last time. Now bring the block into the center, turn it sideways, and pivot your feet, sit down low into goddess pose. Elbows nice and high. Press into the block with the heels of your hands, or you could take the block a little bit closer. Choice is yours. Please make sure that your knees are directed over your middle toe and your hips are sinking down low. Sink down a little bit lower. Place the block onto the floor at its highest position and then lunge from side to side. Feel the deep stretch in your inner thighs, lengthen through your spine. Having the block here allows us to lean forward and move a little bit deeper into our inner thighs than we might normally do. Please shift your lunge over to the left side of the room. Place your hand on your thigh, lift your body up, and bring your block with you, of course. Pivot your left toes towards the left side of the room. Pivot your right toes towards me. Be sure that your front foot intersects your back foot. And now hold the block in any position that you like with your elbows up. Twist towards your front leg and then back towards me. As you twist, do your best to align your shoulders over your front knee. You have 2 more of these. Last one. Now place the block onto your left thigh. You could place your forearm onto your thigh as well. Stretch your right arm over your head. Reach from your fingertips all the way down through your torso, through your straight leg, into your pinky toes. Now flip your palm towards the ceiling. Big sweeping circles up and back, as if you're moving through honey. So you're creating a little bit of resistance, really taking your time, taking up space. And now take the block with your right hand and place it just in front of your ankle. Place your left hand on the top of the block and then start to straighten both legs the very best you can. You'll unfold your arm. This is called Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Find a little sparkle behind your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Fold your top arm down towards your block. Bend your knee. Place your left hand onto your thigh and pick your block up. Now turn towards the front, towards me. Turn your toes out. We'll sit down into goddess pose. And then extend your arms up over your head. Sit down low, goddess pose. Extend up overhead, pressing into the block with your thumbs back. Let's do this 2 more times. Sit down low. Exhale, straighten all your limbs. Last time. Press the block up as high as you can. Reach towards the ceiling. And now come down low. Place your block onto the floor, the highest position, and hinge at your hips. Find a nice long lengthened spine and then lunge from side to side. Hold this over to your right side and turn your body, lower your left knee down to the floor. Take your time, there's no rush. You could fold both legs and have a seat on the floor. Take the block and place it back behind you. So in this position. Now boost yourself up onto the block, but bring your pelvis right to the very front of the block so that your pelvis is kind of tipping off the front. You could come to cross-legged position. Maybe your knees will lower down to the ground. Right fingers down, left arm up, and reach over to your right. Big cartwheel arms up over to your left. Let's do this 2 more times. Lift up and over, and up and over. Now open both arms wide, palms wide open. Press your thumbs back. Reach your right hand back behind you. Place your fingertips onto the block and spiral around your spine, exhaling through your lower back, your middle back, and then your upper back. Inhale to the center and exhale. Let's twist over to your left. So bring your fingertips onto the block. You can use it as leverage. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Open your arms wide, sit tall, and relax down. Now, 2 of my favorite stretches using the block. The first one is our butterfly pose. Draw your feet together and allow your knees to sink out to the side. Being up on a block during this exercise allows us to really relax our hips. And if you find that your knees are up very high, that's okay. You could place your hands on the insides of your thighs and just give a gentle assist. And when I say gentle, be firm, but be kind. It's your body. So relax your face, relax your neck, your jaw, and your brow, and just say, ah. Slide your hands underneath your thighs and help your legs up. And now we'll extend your legs out wide. We're shifting into straddle. Flex your ankles hard, and you can hinge forward since you're sitting on this block. Do your very best to lengthen your neck. Fingertips down. Press through your heels. And maybe you'll feel comfortable walking your hands a little bit more forward. Most important part of this stretch is truly pressing through your heels and pulling your toes towards your nose. Walk your hands back in. And now slide your left foot into your right leg. Twist your body towards your leg. And then walk your hands forward, hinging forward with a long spine. So you want your spine to stay neutral, not straight or flat, but engage your abdominals and twist your shoulders towards your foot. Hinge forward. Say, hinge your body back up, and let's do the other side. You really experienced a lot of good exercises today, from stretches to strengtheners. Twist your shoulders towards your extended leg. Press through your heel and your toes. But I hope your body is feeling calm and warm from the inside. Remember, exercise doesn't have to hurt to work. Just a little bit of exercise every single day, moving through all our major joints and our muscles, will help us to stay healthy and fit and mobile. Just a little bit every day. Hinge your body back up, please. Now I'd like you to roll yourself off your block safely. Come to a tabletop posture. Bring your block out in front of you, and we'll use this block as assistance to help you stand up. Bring the block to its highest position. Step forward with your right leg and place your right hand onto your thigh. Fold your back toes and boost your body up. Turn towards me. Bring the block to your heart. Bring your hands to Namaskar, that's prayer pose. Inhale deeply and exhale. What an adventure we had. I hope now you love your block as much as I do. It was an honor and privilege to be your guide today. And if you enjoyed this session and had a positive experience, please join me again for more workouts soon. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay flexible. Bye for now.